Good morning, Ultimate Hustlers and Digital Empire Builders. It is that time for the Cortez Hustle Show. And today we're talking 10 marketing challenges for Black-owned businesses and how to overcome them with the Black Biz Success app. So this is a hybrid show, right? We're talking about the challenges, but you guys know I love solutions. So I won't talk about the challenge without talking about solution. So I'm going to kind of give you an overview of the Black Biz Success app. So this is part two of a three-part series. And I want you to really lock in on how you can solve some of these problems and challenges when it comes to your marketing and your business development and growing and scaling your business. So we're going to talk all about that today. If you missed part one, then I'll put a link to the that and the channel in the comments or the show notes, or you can always go to thecortezhustleshow.com to check out any of our past shows and replays. So do me a huge favor, comment in the chat where you from. Tell us a little bit about your business and or your brand without posting any links, and smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen, and let's kick it this morning. Yo, what's up, Ultimate Hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show, the business podcast for the entrepreneur of the 21st century. And I'm your host, Cortez Hustle. Our goal is to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how the world's greatest hustlers build amazing brands, scale their businesses to incredible heights, sell more, make more, and create mass movements that impact the world. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned vet or you're sitting on the sidelines with aspirations to one day unleash your inner hustle. This show will provide the insights into how pure grit, determination, and hard work has morphed into some of the most iconic brands and personalities, and how they are moving the culture forward. You'll get a mix of solo shows featuring yours truly, as well as interviews and content from other hustlers that I either know personally, or I've learned from, or whose grind I've come to know and respect. And you'll also get exclusive recordings from our membership called Monetize My Life Academy, which you can check out at monetizemylifeacademy.com. That's a program where we go live every month with some of the best hustlers on the planet, sharing best practices on how we all can explode our brands with advanced branding and marketing tactics, business development strategies, and financial game planning necessary to build the empires we all desire. Again, that's at monetizemylifeacademy.com. If you like today's episode, chances are the hustlers you're connected to will like it as well. Share it with those in your network, and when you do, use hashtag Cortez Hustle so I can see you and hopefully give you a shout out and share you in my stories. So check out today's episode and make sure you subscribe to the feed on your favorite podcasting networks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show. I am, of course, your host, Cortez Hustle, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, coming to you live and direct from the Black Biz Success Mastermind Studios right here in St. Louis, Missouri. If you're not already a part of the Black Biz Success Mastermind, let me tell you a little bit about who it is for. It's for three distinct people. Number one, you are aspiring to start a business in 2022, and you might need some help, you might need some tips, you might need some ideas. Then we can help you at the Black Biz Success Mastermind. You may already have a Black-owned business and you're trying to figure out, how do I scale it? How do I grow it? How do I understand how to have longevity? Well, we have the tools, resources, tips for you as well. And then you might be a person who just says, hey, I don't have a Black-owned business. I might not even be Black, but I support Black-owned businesses. I want to network and connect with other Black entrepreneurs. If that is you, then you will need to text Mastermind to 314-866-4053. Again, text keyword Mastermind to 314-866-4053. We got a wonderful show lined up for you today. Do me a favor, comment in the chat. Tell us a little bit about your business and on your brand without posting any links. I would love to give you a free business shout out. We're talking 10 marketing challenges faced by most Black-owned businesses, how to overcome them, and why the Black Biz Success app is the solution, right? That's what we're talking about today, ladies and gentlemen. So let me see. We got Alton D. Walden in the building. I'm the CEO of Sky Legacy Financial Services. We provide you and your family with financial tools you need to build. I love that. I love that. I love that. Endless generations via infinite banking, permanent life insurance, business credit, the whole nine yards. You can connect with my man Alton if you need those types of services in your life. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love that you take advantage of the opportunity to get people interested in what you have going on. There's a lot of people who watch this show who are entrepreneurs who never comment what they do, even though I ask every single episode. So I appreciate you sharing that. A couple quick announcements before we get rolling. No show for tomorrow morning. Your boy will just sleep in. Well, not sleep in too long because I got my first meeting at 8:45. But no show tomorrow. We'll pick up part 3 of this series on Monday. So again, no show tomorrow. Also, if you want to get a free vacation from your boy, guess what? Here's all you got to do, right? My new show, the Black Biz Success Show, is getting ready to debut on Roku. So if you go to Roku and download the Unheard TV channel, that's Unheard TV, and take a screenshot of it, take a picture of it with your phone that you downloaded it on your TV and send that to your boy. I'm going to send you a free vacation voucher to take a free vacation on one of 12 different destinations that you can choose from. So yeah, I'm excited about this opportunity. I'm working with my girl JP and her team over at Unheard TV, and the Black Biz Success Show is a show that we put together to help bring the knowledge, the tools, the resources, the people, the network to help black businesses grow and scale so that we can become the #1 employers of Black people in the next 2 generations. That's it. So you guys know how we start every show. We start every show with a quote of the day. Today's quote is a simple yet powerful one, and it simply says this: those that despise wealth will never acquire any. Yeah, I'm gonna let that sink in on y'all. Those that despise wealth will never acquire. This is critically important to understand, right? Another way that I like to say it is your subconscious mind will never let you become that which you despise, right? If you despise wealthy people, rich people, you think they're all jerks, you think they all scammed people in order to get their riches and their wealth, you'll never attain any. Because if you hate rich people, your subconscious mind will never let you become that which you despise, because otherwise you have to hate yourself. And here's what's wrong with that way of thinking. And I know where it comes from, but it's not healthy, right? We've been trained by media and a lot of outside forces to not pursue wealth and riches. And one of the ways they trained us is to make us believe that in order to get rich, in order to get wealthy, you have to scam, you have to mess over people along the way. That's not true, y'all. That's not true. But if you think that from the time you're a kid, then you'll actually repel money. You'll repel resources, not just money, but resources are what make you wealthy. I want you to understand that. Money is a byproduct of resources and how you use resources. And when you despise money, you'll actually repel the resources that will allow you to get money as an issue out of the way for you and your family. I want you to think about this. And I'm not talking about becoming rich. I'm talking about becoming wealthy. If it costs you $5,000 per month to live, your basics, right? Food, clothing, shelter, your transportation, your safety and security. That means your medical and all that. It costs you $5,000 to live that way. And you can figure out how to bring in $15,000 per month in non-wage income, meaning this is money that comes in passively, it's money that comes in residually, it's money that comes in because you own something, you don't have to go work for it. You, my friend, are wealthy. You're not rich, but you're wealthy. And I want you to imagine the state of mind that you can get yourself in if I got $15,000 a month coming in, and it only costs me $5,000 per month to live. And that $15,000 a month that comes in, I don't have to get up and go to work for it. I worked 20 years ago and I built some things that is creating that kind of income for me and my family. You think you'll have a little less stress in your life?
You think you'll walk with a little bit more freedom. You think your posture would be a little bit different. Do you think you would become a snob because you've figured some things out? If you think you'll become a snob, chances are you're already a snob. So I want you to really understand that the way that you think about money, the way that you think about wealth, the way that you think about wealthy people has a lot to do with your ability to attain the resources needed to create wealth. Here's the last thing I'm going to say on that. If you think all wealthy people had a handout, right? Oh man, they're wealthy because their parents were wealthy. If you think all wealthy people got lucky, what you're saying to yourself is, if I don't have an inheritance, if I don't get lucky, I'll never be wealthy. That's what you're saying to yourself. And what's happening is, what we're on the flip side of that, we're refusing to believe and internalize that somebody actually worked for it. Because if I come to the realization that this person started from the mud like me, they worked their way up and now they have a significant amount of wealth, then that means I could do it too. But if I decide to give a meaning to their life that says somebody had to have handed them something, then that takes the pressure off me of having to work for what I want. So you got to be careful with how you think, how you feel when it comes to money, wealth, people who've got means and resources, because 8 out of 10 people that are wealthy today, that are rich today, are first generation wealthy. That means they didn't have anything handed to them. They worked for it. They built it from the ground up. We've been lied to. We think that 8 out of 10 wealthy people are generational wealth. That means that their family was wealthy. They were born with that silver spoon. No, only about 9% of people in the world of wealth are actual trust fund babies. 9%. That means the other 89 or 91% actually had to go out and work for it. That's good news to me, because that means I can go out and get it done. All I got to do is find the right people, find the right information, find the right resources, continue to believe in myself and put in the work, and I can get there too. So that is the quote of the day right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you, of course, by the Black Bear Success Mastermind. We're building a community, y'all, where we're no longer hoarding information. You literally get hundreds of dollars of free training and resources dumped into that group every single month. And it's 100% free. And it's always going to be free, right? All you got to do is text Mastermind to 314-866-4053 to get a private invite. So we're talking about some of the challenges that Black-owned businesses have, local businesses have, and growing and scaling when it comes to digital marketing. We're going to recap what we covered yesterday, and then we're going to get right down to business. And I'm going to be showing you some of the features that's included in the Black Bear Success app, because we have literally put together a software that solves all of these problems, right? We have a software that solves all of these problems. So I'm just going to bring in my banner so you guys know where to text Mastermind to. All right. So we started with number one, and this one, I've always known it, but I haven't always executed on it, right? Number one is the number one challenge that we face in business of any kind for most of us is generating quality leads. That's number one. It's 4 areas that if you fix these 4 things in your business, according to Myron Golden, your business will be radically transformed. Number one, you got to make enough lead generation offers, right? One of the things that we have not realized when it comes to this digital marketing world, when it comes to us as Black entrepreneurs, for the most part, is we're in a day and age of partnership, and we're in a day and age where you got to show and prove first before you ask for something. You got to be willing to give before you ask, right? And generating leads sometimes require us to give away something of extreme value at no cost, just to get somebody in our ecosystem. And you need a system in place to capture those things. So how many of you guys have a good lead magnet and a good way to capture someone's name, email address, and phone number? Right? Drop a number 1 in the comment if you have a lead magnet, something that you give away for free, whether it is a discount code, whether it is a free download or checklist, whether it is a free ebook, whether it is a free consultation. You've got to be willing to give up something for free in order to bring new people into your ecosystem every single day. I'm giving up hundreds of dollars of worth of training, resources, education that I've accumulated over the years. I'm giving that away free inside of my mastermind. So people are literally texting me the word mastermind every day. I'm generating about 10 leads every day just to this one process, because people want to get into this mastermind, right? So we struggle with generating quality leads. The other reason that you give away something of value for free is because it also separates your list. It also helps you with your targeting, right? I call it the Black Biz Success Mastermind for a reason, because I'm targeting Black-owned businesses. Now, if you got a problem working with, buying from, or supporting Black-owned businesses, then you're not going to text me the keyword mastermind. And what does that mean for me? That means I only get to deal with the people who are in support of, or in ownership of, or aspire to be a Black business owner, right? So giving away something for free, it also repels people that you don't want to work with, while at the same time attracting people that you do want to work with. Number 2, you got to know your target audience, right? Know your target audience. This is important, right? You got to know who you are serving so that you can have the right conversations with that person or that group of people, so that you can put out the right messaging. A lot of times we're trying to market and sell to everybody. I don't care what you sell. You can sell water. And even though everybody needs water, everybody is not your customer, right? You could sell something that everybody needs. Can't live without water beyond 4 or 5 days. Everybody needs water, but everybody is not your customer if you sell water. It's just not. You got to know your audience so that you can know how to communicate with them, so that you can know what moves them, so that you can put the right messaging in front of them so that they take the appropriate action. Number 3, these are challenges that we typically have as small businesses, as Black-owned businesses, as community-based or local-based businesses when it comes to digital marketing, right? And because we have these challenges, we often don't think we could afford solutions, right? Before we get into 1-minute motivation, let me just show you what's included inside the Black Biz Success app. And you guys want to take advantage of this sooner than later, because I can't keep the intro price at this level forever, right? But I'm going to show you something and show you how we solve these problems in a variety of ways. If I can get my connection to bring up the site. There we go. All right. So the Black Biz Success app, y'all, we are a full, Thornton Online Marketing is a full service digital marketing company, right? So we can provide all your online marketing needs. We can build your websites. We can help you with your search engine optimization. We can help you with your paid advertising. We can help you with your online reputation management. We can help you with your social media management, right? But when you look at, one of the things that I like to do is I like to help people understand how to do things themselves, right? So you will literally get our $297 a month plan for $97 a month. And it includes your dedicated business phone number, unlimited websites, your web chat, your reputation management, your Facebook Messenger integration, Google My Business, Google My Business call tracking, missed call text back, integrated booking app for those of you who book appointments, right? Your client relationship management tool, your membership area and your membership sites, email marketing, industry specific websites and funnel templates that if you need to build your own website or a new website, we give you templates, workflows, forms, surveys, triggers, SMS, text message, campaigns, and of course, detailed analytics. You get all of that for $97 per month, y'all. All of it, right? And these are the tools that you need to run your business efficiently and effectively. Now, we didn't stop there because it's one thing to have the tool, right? You put a hammer in my hand and I can do a little something with a hammer. I can build, I'm pretty handy. But you put that same hammer in the hand of a master carpenter and there you get radically different results. So what does that mean for you? We didn't just stop with the tools. We also providing the education, right? Over $10,000 in online courses from everything in these verticals that you need to know yourself. Now, can you hire us to do your SEO? Absolutely. But maybe you don't have that in the budget right now. So we got a course on SEO. Could you hire us to do your social media management, help you build your brand? Absolutely. But if you can't, we got a course that you can go and watch and you can learn about building your brand, right? We got highly converting funnels that you can transfer right into your site. We give you 30 days of social media content every single month. So all you have to do is switch out the logo, put your brand colors on that thing, put your picture on that thing, and you got content every day for 30 days, right? That's what we're doing with this app. We're bringing both the platform that you need to grow your business, to run your business efficiently, and we're providing the education on how to become better at marketing. Now, you may not never become a 10 at some of this stuff, but you got to at least become a 4 so that you can hire a 10. You got to at least know some of this stuff so that you can know when you're hiring the right people to execute on some of this stuff for you. So we're going to continue down our list of 10 marketing challenges that Black-owned businesses are facing, small businesses are facing, and how we're helping small businesses overcome those challenges. So let's get into 1 minute motivation before we go any further. If you're new to the show, 1 minute motivation is where we play a short motivational video. And I just ask you to jot down a takeaway or two. And if you're watching us live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, or Twitter, then you can comment your biggest takeaway. And I'm going to share a couple of my takeaways. So let's get into 1 minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show.
You know, first, what do you focus on? Do you focus on it's over? Do you focus on why me? Do you give it a meaning that says, I'm going to die? What do? Do you just go through traditional therapeutic approach? Do you put yourself in the hands of someone else? Do you evaluate this? Do you get a second or third opinion? Your destiny is determined by your decisions. Now, if you're a guy like Lance Armstrong, you focus immediately on, I gotta find a solution. The meaning you come up with is, this is the ultimate battle. What you decide to do is you're gonna exhaust every possibility. Now, that doesn't guarantee you're gonna succeed, but it's interesting. When you have that kind of a mindset, it shifts you. And Lance Armstrong, I mean, he was told things like, look, you got tumors here in your brain, you got them in your lungs, right? You got obviously in testicles, and you ride a bike for a living. That's pretty tough. But he made it through all of those pieces. Now, am I saying because he made the right choices? I can't tell you that. There's certainly some grace in everything. I think in life, there's three things. There's our ability to choose what we're focused on, or to commit, to get a result, to put all our intention and focus into something. There's our ability to do the right things, to have the right strategy, to execute. And then there's some grace. There's what some people call luck, some people call grace. There's, if you do the right things over and over again and with total focus, sometimes, you get good fortune that comes your way. And you tend to have more good fortune when you're totally focused and decisive and you take lots of action than if you kind of just sit around and accept things like you don't have a future.
Cool. I don't know about y'all, man. But this is how I like to start my day. This is the type of stuff that I like to feed myself. There's enough junk out there. I like to be intentional about what I allow to go into my head. I love doing this because even though we all just listen to the same clip, we all heard something different. So comment in the chat, what did you hear, ladies and gentlemen? What do you focus on, right? You get a bit of bad news, things don't go your way, the cookie doesn't crumble the way you expect it to. What do you focus on, right? That's important. Your destiny is determined by your decisions, right? Your destinies are determined by your decisions, right? But if we walk that thing backwards, then we know that your decisions are based on your beliefs. So how I believe determines how I think. How I think determines how I act. Matter of fact, that's wrong. So how I believe determines how I think. How I think determines how I speak. How I speak determines how I act. My actions equal my habits. My habits will determine my character, and my character will lead me to my destiny. So you got to think about it. If your decisions aren't leading you to the destiny that you want, you got to go all the way back to the beginning and say, wait a minute, let me look at my beliefs. What do I believe about me? What do I believe about those around me? What do I believe about this world that I live in? Because your thoughts, words, actions all stem from what you believe, right? See, there's three things. There's choice, right? There's strategy. So once you make a choice, you have to decide on a strategy and implement a strategy. And then there's grace, or there's luck, what a lot of people call luck, right? What do they say that luck is? Luck is when opportunity and preparation meet. And how do you get to have more opportunities show up in your life? The more you prepare yourself, the more opportunities show up, right? The more I study, the more I learn, the more I grow, the more I ask, God, why did you put me here? The more I do that, the more I prepare, and the more opportunity I see, and those opportunities show up in my life, and I can recognize them quicker than the average person. Oh, that's a dope opportunity. I'm gonna jump all over that, right? So the question is, what choices are you making in your life, right? They say successful people are quick to make decisions and slow to change their minds. Unsuccessful people are slow to make decisions and quick to change their minds, right? I want y'all to get that. Successful people make a decision quickly and they stand on that decision. They fight for that decision longer than the average person. The unsuccessful person takes forever to make a decision. And when they make a decision, usually the first sign of hardship, they change their mind on that decision. Right? So that is 1 minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by the Black Bear Success Mastermind. I know y'all tired of hearing it, but I got to hammer this down your throats because we can no longer afford to hoard information. And if you're trying to build a business, you need a community of people willing to share with you the best practices to help you grow and scale that business. And because of our mission, because of why we are doing what we're doing, we're willing to share everything that we know to help you grow. And this is a 100% free community. Now, do I have some coaches in this community that have paid programs? Yeah. But in order to be in this community, they got to be willing to give you a discount on their courses. So one of the things that we provide is not only do we give you tons of free stuff, when you want to get with one of our dynamic coaches, those coaches are going to give you a significant discount on their paid programs too. We got coaches from all walks of life. Brian K. McNeil is a sales coach. Of course, I'm in the digital marketing space. We got financial coaches. We got business coaches. We got relationship coaches. We got coaches from all walks of life to help you grow and scale your business, right? Text keyword mastermind at 314-866-4053. So we're talking 10 marketing challenges that Black-owned businesses face and how to overcome them using the Black Bear Success app. So it's a little bit of here's what the problems are. Here's how we solve that with the Black Bear Success app. But you'll notice that our app has the same features as everything else. So you don't have to have the app. You just need to know what tool to use to solve these problems. And That's why our mastermind community is open to everybody. It's the support group for the app. But if you don't have the app, you got some tool that you use as a website builder. We want to teach you how to use that website builder in the most dynamic way to help you grow and scale your business. Would we love for you to build your websites on our app? Absolutely. But it's not necessary for me to share with you the wisdom that I've gained over the last 10 years and to help you build a better website so that you can make more money that will ultimately position you to hire more Black people, because the mission is bigger than any one person, including myself. So number 3 on the list, you got to develop a content marketing strategy, y'all. Next Tuesday night, I believe it's next Tuesday night, we're going to be doing a free virtual content marketing strategy party, right? Where I'm literally going to get with a group of people from our mastermind, and it's going to be open to the public as well. And I'm going to have you tell me a little bit about your business. I'm going to help you develop a content marketing strategy based on 3 things: based on your communication style, based on your level of fun, right? So when you create a content marketing strategy, you got to focus on your style of communication, whether you like to tell stories with pictures, videos, use your voice, audios, or written words. You've got to create a content strategy that you have fun doing, right? I have fun doing this podcast every morning. That's why I'm the most consistent at it, because I have fun doing it. I'm on episode 224. I do this 5 days a week. Most people do webinars once a week or a podcast once a week. I just love, I'm having fun doing it, right? So this is what we're doing, right? So you got your content marketing strategy based on your primary method of communication, whether you're going to have fun doing it so that you can be the most consistent at it, right? And that's what we're going to teach on next Tuesday night. It's going to be a live a Zoom meeting where I'm going to help as many of you guys as I can. Tell me a little bit about your business. Tell me who your target market is. And we're going to talk about a content strategy that you can deploy to help you consistently stay in front of your audience. So you got to have a content marketing strategy. If you want our insights on that, we actually did that yesterday. So check out yesterday's show, thecortezhustleshow.com, to watch the replay. Number 4, budget for PPC or paid advertisement, right? It's okay to run ads, people. It's okay. It's okay. Yes, I love that Mark said, absolutely. How do we communicate? That's one of the keys to my consistency. I don't write blogs because I don't have fun writing, right? Now, that doesn't mean I cannot have a blog. That just means I can't write the blog. I can take this video and transcribe it and then have somebody else put it into a very solid piece of written material and make it a nice blog post. I just don't have fun writing. That's why I don't write. So you got to set a budget for your paid advertisement and set the budget and stick to it for a certain amount of time. So if you got a budget of $300 a month, then tell us how many months you're going to invest that $300, because when it comes to running advertisement and paying for ads, there's a lot of testing involved, right? There's a lot of testing involved. And during the testing phase, you're gathering the appropriate analytics, and your return might not be that great, but it's a requirement. So you got to be in it for the long haul. I'm sorry, I feel a sneeze coming on. Yeah, it's trying to get me. So set a marketing budget that you're willing to run ads, and you have to be willing to burn through a little bit of money to get the right analytics that you can now base your long-term marketing strategy on. And if you guys aren't familiar with Client Attraction University, Mark Russell and his group, they are masters at that, right? So I think that's where we ended up yesterday. Number 5, creating content people want, right? So you got a marketing strategy Now, how do you create the content that people want to engage with? Perhaps the age-old question of knowing what people, consumers, potential consumers, and current customers want to see from your business or organization. As old as business itself, how do you know what people want from your business if they aren't buying something from you currently, B, intend to buy from you in the future? The answer to this question, some analysis, and even to answer this question, some analysis, even some customer feedback will help. Well, my simple definition of an entrepreneur is somebody who gets paid to solve a problem. That's the simple definition of entrepreneurship. Somebody who gets paid to solve a problem. So how do you determine what people want, right? Well, if you solve a problem, one of the things that you can communicate to people is that problem, right? If you guys don't take anything else away, I think we covered this yesterday. When it comes to communicating a message, the person that can communicate the problem the best is by default assumed to have the best solution. So if you don't know what people want, then find creative ways to talk about the problem that they are struggling with. And when they can see that you understand the problem fundamentally well, in their mind, subconsciously, the only reason that you would know so much about that problem is because you've experienced it and you've solved it for yourself. And that's what they're thinking. Okay, Cortez is always talking about these problems that Black-owned businesses are having with their marketing. He must have some answers. He must have some solutions. Those that can communicate the problem the best is by default assumed to have the best solution. So if you don't know how to communicate anything else, there's two things I recommend you get good at communicating. Get good at talking about the problem, because when other people hear the problem that they are going through, they instantly relate. And get good at communicating why you care about that community that has that problem. Told you guys yesterday, I care about solving the business problem, the marketing problem for Black businesses, because if we solve the marketing problem, they grow and scale their businesses and they can hire more Black people. The more Black people they hire, the more of us are off the streets, right? The less likely we are to fall into street life to make ends meet. The more of us that stay off the street life, then the less of us find ourselves in prison, in jail. Now that starts to help the lack of a strong male figure in our community, because instead of those brothers having to go to the corners to make money to buy Pampers for their babies, they're able to find jobs. They're able to stay gainfully employed. And now because they're gainfully employed, they stay out of jail. Because they're out of jail, they're in their family's lives. See, I communicate why I care about what I'm doing. And then I communicate about the problems, right? That's critically important for you guys to understand. So perhaps you should have an idea of how people, specifically your customers, find you, whether it's from a blog post that they found while searching on social media, either recommended from a friend via a post, an ad on radio or TV or on the Google Display Network. However it is that they found you, you should have some idea, that is, if you had tracking set up for that kind of thing, right? It's important to know not only who your target market is, but also where they hang out, because when you're putting your messages where they hang out, you've got to understand how to collect the data from those problems, right? You got to understand how to collect the data from those platforms. I mean, if I can collect the data from Instagram and know that, okay, on Instagram, these are the messages that hit home with my target audience, then I can lean in on those messages. I can do more of those messages, right? If, in my case, a lot of my content shows up on Facebook and YouTube, right? So now I got to look at the data on Facebook and YouTube and say on Instagram, this segment of my target audience shows up. On YouTube, this segment of my target audience shows up. On Facebook, this segment of my target audience shows up, so I can stay in those lanes on those platforms to continue to grow that segment of my audience, right? You got to understand what content people want. So if we go back to our website, this is why we do this. Let me zoom in on this a little bit. I'm gonna zoom in on this a little bit so you guys can see. So every month we provide 30 days plus of brandable social media content, from engaging infographics and memes to articles, ebooks, and IG stories, plus training on how to brand it all with your logos, colors, images, and contact details. So we help give you the content that you could use to grow your brand, right? And right now, most of the content that we provide monthly is in the digital marketing space. But the more we get different businesses in, so we do financial content, we do digital marketing and social media content. I think next month we're going to add to that health related content. So if you're in the health and wellness space, we're going to have content for you every 30 days. And then we just listen to the community, and the community says, hey, Cortez, I have this kind of business, right? I'm in the health and beauty and the spa industry. Okay, then we're going to put together a 30-day package of health, beauty, and spa content for you every month, so that you have the content that you need to share positive, engaging information in your industry, because the key is to position yourself as an authority in your niche, right? And when you're sharing content, tips, trainings, things like that, people automatically see you in a different light, right? Here's another thing that we do that makes us very unique, right? And I'm probably gonna catch some flack for this from some of my other influencers, but I'm gonna share this with you. Here's another thing that makes us unique. When you have the Black Biz Success app, you get into our pro version of our mastermind, right? So we have the free version of our mastermind for the entire world, but then those who have our app and they're building their assets on our platform, we give them a pro version. Some of y'all don't know this about your favorite influencer, but they use what's called private label rights content, right? One of the best kept secrets of top marketers around the world, they all use PLR material. Whether you're selling courses, writing blogs, selling ebooks, learning how to leverage private label content can add a significant amount of value to your brand and save you tons of time and money. So what is a private label right content? What does that mean, Cortez? Well, imagine you are the greatest personal trainer in the world, right? And you train everybody at your physical location. Well, I don't care how great you are. I don't care how much you charge. You can only train but so many people in a 24-hour time span, right? How do you add revenue to your training when you are maxed out in your time slots? You physically can't train any other people, right? Well, one of the things you can do is you can start offering supplements. Right? Boom, you come up with your own supplements. So now you train people and they buy your vitamin and mineral supplements, your protein powders and all that kind of stuff, right? That's a heavy undertaking for a lot of people. You know, the other thing that you can do is you can create an ebook or a digital training course or a recipe book, right? And guess what? If you go to our PLR Resource Center, you'll see that we probably got, out of 85,000 pieces of PLR resource, we probably got some killer ebooks already for you written in your space. And PLR says you have the rights to label this content as your own. Put your picture on it, put your name on it as the author. Now, all of a sudden, you added another level of authority to your brand because now you got an ebook that teaches people who can't come see you physically how to do something. Man, I hope y'all getting this. So when you join the Black Bear Success app, right, it's $297 to start, $97 a month. For that $297 startup, we're going to build your first landing page or your first opt-in funnel for you so that you can start the process of collecting leads. And then $97 a month, you can over time bring your website over. You can over time add your staff. You can over time build out all of your digital assets, integrate your calendar, bring other products and services. We integrate with WordPress. We integrate with Shopify. So if you're in the e-commerce space, we've got a Shopify integration. Like, there's nothing like what we're bringing to our community to help with the digital marketing of your products and services, right? But you got to be willing to invest in yourself, become part of a community that's bigger, and have the tools and resources that you need and the training on how to use those tools and resources, right? So if we know that one of the biggest problems we have is not generating enough leads, you got to ask yourself, what is your lead generation offer? What is your lead generation offer? Now, your lead generation offer doesn't always have to be something free. Like, I have a lead generation offer called the Personal Branding 365. It's a $7.95 ebook, soon to be a $27 ebook, right? But how is that a lead generation offer for me when they have to pay for it? Because that's what's called a tripwire or a low ticket product, right? I need people who want to be in the personal branding space. That means they're telling me that they already have a business or a brand or looking to start one, and they're serious enough that they're willing to pull out their credit card and buy some resources to help them do that better. And if you have a business and you're trying to scale a brand, wouldn't that make you an ideal candidate for the Black Bear Success app? So that's a lead generation offer for me. What is your lead generation offer? What are you offering people to get them into your ecosystem, right? And if I showed you guys that funnel, you wouldn't believe that I'm literally offering $500 worth of training tools and resources in exchange for that $8. Why? Because I'm willing to lose money on the front end to get you in my ecosystem so I can build a relationship with you and ascend you up my value ladder down the road. We got to learn how the fundamentals of marketing online work. And that doesn't mean that you stop doing what you're doing in your brick and mortar or your traditional business. That means you're adding to, right? I got a case study that I'm going to start with a young lady. I'm so excited to connect with her on this, right? But we got to start to, right? It says grocery stores do the same thing. You better believe it. They're giving away free samples. They're giving away coupons for what? I'm going to give you 40% off the hottest product in the store. Why? Because we got to get you in the store. And once you get in the store, you're so right on that, Mark. Once we get you in the store, if you don't buy anything else but a pack of gum at that register when you check out, if you don't buy anything else but that, you put them in the profits, right? Because that pack of gum cost them a nickel that they sold to you for $1.50. You got to understand the fundamentals of building your business online using digital assets and the tools to capture and automate that process. If you are in a brick and mortar, you're in a traditional business, is there a learning curve? Absolutely. If you're going to do this stuff yourself. If you want to just hire my team and let us set everything up for you, then that's a whole nother discussion. We can set it up and we can run it for you and we can manage it for you, right? But you got to get into this digital world, right? Janelle says, then you come back for something else you saw while you were at the store, right? That's the game. So let me just take you down this path real quick. We're going to pick this up. No show tomorrow. We're going to pick this up on Monday, and we're going to wrap this thing up. But if you got my personal branding 365 ebook and bonus trainings, for instance, I'm going to teach you how to build a brand. But one of the things that you need a brand is your home on the internet. And as I'm teaching you how to lay out your website in a way that it becomes a lead generation machine, you're going to look at your website and you're probably going to say, dang, my website can't do none of this stuff. Right? What am I doing during that training? I'm building a relationship with you. I'm giving you value. I'm helping you understand that there's levels to the game. You're going to say, man, my website doesn't have a chat widget on it. Oh, okay. Boom. All right. All right. So if my website doesn't have a chat widget on it, people can't text me through my website. So now I'm introducing you to the rest of the value ladder after you've already showed that you're serious about growing your business because you made an investment of $8, $12, $27, whatever the end price end up being. This is the game that we got to play. And if you follow any of Russell Brunson's work, he'll tell you that a lot of brick and mortar businesses are missing out on this too, because they could also have digital products that they could be leveraging to bring brand awareness and start bringing people into their ecosystem and ascending them up their value ladder. So it's not just solely for people who have online businesses. It's people who have businesses in general. One of the biggest things that cost the loss of tens of thousands of Black-owned businesses when COVID hit was the lack of online presence. Tens of thousands of Black-owned businesses closed their doors permanently because they did not have an online presence. They were not building an email list so that as the government was making all of these changes and says, hey, you can't have people in your restaurant, but you can do delivery. They did not have an email list to send a blast email out to all of their customer base and say, hey, our doors are closed, but we do have curbside pickup. Why don't y'all come on through? Right? They didn't have an online presence. Because they didn't have an online presence, they couldn't connect with a DoorDash or one of these delivery services that could have helped them maintain a stream of revenue while the government was trying to figure this whole COVID thing out. Now you got a platform that you can build your assets on, and it's time to start leveraging this training. And that's why we're building a Black Biz Success Mastermind, because I have a heart for our people in our community, and I know that we are missing out on an opportunity to be online. But I'm not the greatest digital marketing coach on the planet. There are some people who got the game and gone further and faster than me. I'm bringing all those people to the table to say, listen, y'all, share your wisdom with our community so that we can grow and scale our businesses to a point where we can hire more of our people, so that we can be better examples to the young people in our community to say that, hey, listen, you don't have to sell drugs. You don't have to rap. You don't have to play ball to be successful. You can start a business like my man Mikey, the kid who knows the biz, started a vending machine business when he was 7 years old. We need to be showing those examples to say, hey, we're diverse people. We can get money in a diversified way too. But it's the willingness to come together and not only spend our money with each other, right? Our collective buying power is somewhere around $2 trillion, right? But our collective intellectual capital, if we start pooling our thinking power, it's like nothing else on this planet. And that's what a mastermind does. It allows you to bring and pool your thinking power, right? The Bible talks about if one can put 1,000 to flight, then two can put 10,000 to flight. Meaning, if I, in all of my fullness and my glory, can take on 1,000 people, you would think that if two of us got together, then we can take on 2,000 people. No, it multiplies exponentially when two of us come together. It's not just two minds working together, it's three minds working together. It is my mind, it is your mind, and it is the third collective consciousness mind that we're drawing from. So now we can put 10,000 to flight. That's a different thing, y'all. It's a different thing. So when we start bringing our intellectual capital and pooling that, now we start solving the problems that we have in our communities. And when we solve the problems in our community, man, you're talking about a great America. What? You talk about a great nation. What? You talk about a great continent. What? So that's why I do what I do. That's why I've been called. That's why I was born in 1974, right? I could have been born in 1874, 1774, but we didn't have the internet in 1774. We didn't have the internet in 1874. I was born in 1974 because I was going to get to live through this time and use my creative genius, the wisdom that God buried in me from the time I was born, and say, hey, you see things in a different way. Now I want to put you in a situation where the resources that you need to execute on what you see are available to you. Now go to work, my son, and fulfill this mission. It's crazy, man. There's a reason you were born in this time and not some other time. It's two important days of your life. The day you were born, the day you found out why. I recently found out why. That's why I got a new vigor. That's why I got a new pep in my talk. That's why I got a new pep in my step. Because just been revealed to me why. What am I doing here? Okay, Cortez, your job is to lead this charge to help Black people become the #1 employers of Black people. That's how you're going to transform the Black community. That's how you're going to bring economic empowerment to the Black community, by focusing on economic education, entrepreneurship education. It's like, oh, crap. Me? You want me to do that, guy? Me? I'm supposed to do that? I'm supposed to lead that charge? Yeah. So here I am. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pick this back up on Monday. So make sure you guys hit that share button. Make sure you hit that like button. Tag some folks in this, man. So there's some Black-owned businesses who are looking for this information. They just don't know it exists. So share it with them. Until next time, I want you to get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.
You're tuned into the Cortez Hustle Show. Please like and subscribe.